Hi there, my name is Phil Bacon, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And it's another day, and it's another facepalm moment from the current production team of Doctor Who, where you go, what are they doing? Look, they might be trying to be good. They might be. And that's a legitimate way of looking at it, but it's hard for me to look at it that way. There's this concept in Judaism, which I think is generally a good way to live. It's a good way to be, which is it's called being dam lachavsut, which is judging people favorably. You have to see what they're doing and try and find the most favorable way of interpreting that possible. And it's a good way to live. However, it's got to be credible. It's like if you have a guy going around stabbing a bunch of people, you can't say that Jack the Ripper was fighting for to bring awareness for sex workers' rights. That's not a credible way of judging people favorably. If you have people stabbing people, you can't say, oh, he's just trying to thin out the population to make things better for her. No, he's a nutter. Okay, so you got to being dam lachavsut, being judging people favorably. It just has to be credible. So I don't know how credible it is. They're trying to be good. Maybe another explanation is their virtue signaling. Much more likely, because they're kind of into that. And I honestly, I have a problem. My problem with understanding that worldview, which is a real problem. I just don't understand the how pathetic and empty your life has to be that you are so addicted to that quick dopamine rush that you get from Twitter, for like the Twitter mob going, oh yeah, it's very good, whatever applause that you get. But it's fine. So, but I get it. So it could be virtue signaling. I just don't really understand it, or it could be trying to jump on the coattails of a genuine grassroots Doctor Who movement that's proved far more popular than the current iteration of Doctor Who, and try and gain popularity from it reasonably cluelessly. So again, I want to judge favorably. I really want to judge favorably, but I know you, and it's very hard to do that. Okay, but the reason that I want to do that, but people are like, well, why do you want to judge favorably? The reason I want to do that, the reason that you do any good deed, the reason that you do, I mean, generally good deed, not just do it for so people to see you do it. The reason one does it, they're called mitzvot in Judaism. The reason why you do that is not for the person you're doing it for. You don't give charity to help the person that you're giving charity to. I mean, you do, but the main reason you give charity is because it helps you. It makes you into a better person. Makes you into a like a happier person. And that's just the reality of the situation. So fine. So they put out this video yesterday of the Doctor finally got over a crippling social awkwardness. To give people some inspiration in these dark times. And quite frankly, I think Graham might have dodged the bullet. Had she tried to inspire him when he asked for help, he might have jumped out the TARDIS. And also, Chris Chibnall released a short story yesterday talking about the Doctor falling out the TARDIS at the beginning of The Woman Who Fell to Earth. And oh god, it read like everything Chris Chibnall does, like every episode of Doctor Who. And this little video as well. It's boring, irritating. I got halfway through it, I was bored and wanted to quit. By 2/3 of the way through it, I was forcing myself, and by the end of it, I just hated every moment of it. But again, I think that I don't know if they realise that their work is so incredibly bad. I just don't know, or they're just. I think more likely in Chibnall's case, he's trying to jump onto the coattails of Emily Cook's watch along thing, which has proved a really good source of unity in these pretty wacky times. It's been very. I think it's been a force for good. I wasn't so on board with it, but I can see the BBC desperately trying to glom onto it, which is, I think this is what this all might be. Okay, but before we get into it, if you could hit that subscribe button, thank you so much. That is so incredibly helpful. I am genuinely very, very grateful. It'd be great if we could, if I could get up to 1,000 subscribers before society crumbles into dust and we all die. Before the end of the world as we know it. Because we better hurry up. That's on schedule for a couple of weeks. If as it turns out. Okay, go figure. So you can hit subscribe button. Thank you very much. In the video notes, there is I will show my proof. There is a download link for an audio Doctor Who adventure from the mid-80s starring Nicholas Briggs, who I am upset with today. Oh God, I looked at his Twitter feed. It's always a mistake. It's always a mistake. And I was only going to make this video today, but then I saw his Twitter feed. I was like, oh, I guess, I was so upset with it. I'm going to cancel, if I'm going to find out if I can. I pre-ordered his original Big Finish drama, The Human Frontier. I am cancelling that puppy. I'm going to recommend you all do it. But okay, that's the topic for another video. So yeah, the video, you can get the audio adventure. You can win Breaking Bad, the complete second season. All you need to do to win it is subscribe and leave the hashtag I am the one who knocks. I meant to give it away earlier this week, but I was tired on the live stream and I forgot about it. I will give it away on Sunday. Probably Sunday, is it 29th? When I'm on the TARDIS zone. Fine. So let's get into this video, this inspirational video that Whittaker put out, that the Dr. Whittaker Chibnall put out. Let's turn it on. Let's turn on the sound. See if this will work. Okay. Let's get going.
Oh, hi. This is an emergency transmission. If you're seeing this, the TARDIS must have detected an upsurge in psychological signals from somewhere in space and time.
Oh, God. Performance is really bad. Okay, what actually makes this much worse is I watched Gridlock last night. Great episode. I do watch random episodes. Okay, it was a real fun episode in season. Was it season 3, the Martha Jones episode? It basically Russell T Davies doing 2008, doing Mega City 1. but the point is this: Tennant's performance, and I forgot about it because when first time you watch it, you're just being dragged along with the excitement of it. You don't really get a chance to analyze it. Tennant's performance is fan-freaking-tastic. Like the authenticity in his voice, and when he's like, Martha gets kidnapped at the beginning, and he's screaming at the kidnappers, and he's just selling it completely. She can't sell it, and the reason I don't think she can sell it is because I don't think she likes Doctor Who. I don't think she likes the program. I think she thinks it's silly. I think she looks at it like, now this is not nice. This is not nice. But I think she looks at it like your mother did when you watch Doctor Who. When you go like she thought it's like this silly thing and she doesn't understand why anybody would possibly be like it. And that's why she plays it without any authenticity, because she just doesn't see the authenticity. She is. She's really into Doctor Who being changed into a female thing. A non-white male thing. She's really into it, but she's so representative of the people who are completely disinterested in Doctor Who at the same time. But that's why I don't think she can sell a line as a Doctor, because she just can't. Because I don't think she can convince herself of the authenticity of it at all. Let's carry on.
Basically, I think somebody somewhere might be a little bit worried. I'm actually just self-isolating, or as I like to call it, hiding.
You're not funny. God, I remember my parents. They both passed away now. But they were incredible socialites. We used to have these Christmas parties when I was a kid. I wasn't religious when I was a kid, but we used to have these these epic Christmas parties. They're fantastic. And friends of my parents were there, and they were the worst dancers in the history of dancing. I mean, I would probably be worse if I danced, but I was the worst dancer. They were the worst dancer in the history of dancing. And I remember my mum said, and this was about a good friend of hers, so you getting an insight into my childhood. My mum said, somebody did an incredible piece of cruelty and told her she was a good dancer. Somebody did Jodie Whittaker the incredible piece of cruelty and told her that she was funny. Because you're just not at all. And oh God, the talking down. Oh God, I can't stand it. And oh Jesus, we are 15 seconds in. I got another bit. That's how I feel when I get just get to the titles of any Jodie episode of Doctor Who. I'm like, really, got so much longer to go.
From an army of Sontarans, but keep that to yourself. Now, here's what I do in any worrying situation.
I don't care what you do in any worrying situation. You completely, you have lack authority completely. I can't think of one time you've been a source for good. I really can't. I think I can remember times when you run, when you let the Barristan die for you for so apparent reason. I remember times when you don't know what's going on. Ooh, that's not possible. How many times have you said, but that's not possible? How many times has your character said that? I remember times when you've been incredibly stupid. The Doctor Ruth Doctor even commented on like, how are you so stupid? And it really is. I just don't understand how she plays her so incredibly stupid. But in short, you are the last person I would go to ask for advice on what to do when things are bad. But as you're giving us the advice, let's hear what it is.
1. Remember, you will get through this, and things will be all right.
Wait. Okay, I hope so. I think so. But maybe not. That's why we're all so freaking scared right now. Look, do you know how scared the world is? Apparently, the rates of porn consumption is down like 50%. When everyone's home, when everyone's home and streaming everything you can possibly stream, the rates are down like that. And you know why we're all so scared? Because this could legitimately be the end of life as we know it. Now, I don't want to freak you out, but now, and it's not. I'm not talking about the health crisis. That's not, I think, the biggest issue. It is a big issue. Look, and if you take America, for example, America has population 330 million. So let's say you had 100% infection rate. So then you'll have a 4% death rate, which is it will be like 14, like 13, 14 million, something like that. That's a massive number. That is a massive. So that health crisis is massive. But the economic crisis is legitimately much more widespread and extreme. The economic, what are we going to do when a massive, I would say the majority of our population can't go to work and they can't earn money? And then the people who can work can't get paid because the people who can't work, they don't have money to pay them. Fine. So we're gonna be in a situation in 2 to 3 months. I don't think people have got more. Majority of people don't have more than 3 months. 3 months leeway. That when you can't pay your mortgage, when you can't pay your rent, when you can't buy food, what are we going to do? And it's not like an individual. As a society, on a planetary level, this could legitimately be the end of our civilization. Now, I don't think it's gonna. I don't want you to panic, and I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna pull together. I think it's gonna be good. But don't tell me it's gonna be okay because you know nothing, Jodie. You know freaking nothing, and the way you play the Doctor is awful. You are the last person. I would ask for advice.
Even if they look uncertain, even if you're worried, darkness never prevails.
Well, I'm not sure entirely right there. I mean, let's look at the last 2 seasons of Doctor Who, where much like many other areas of fandom, it's become infested with people with a extremely strong political agenda, ideological agenda. I think it goes beyond politics. It has this really strong ideological agenda, which they then use the fandom as a platform to promote that. That's unquestionably why we. What was going on with the Timeless Children. It wasn't to do interesting storytelling. It wasn't to take the show in an interesting direction. It was to dilute and erase 12 white men that you now find problematic. I am saying, let's carry on.
2, tell jokes, even bad ones, especially bad ones. I'm brilliant at bad ones.
Okay, 2 points. Stop telling us you're brilliant, okay? Stop telling us that you're freaking fantastic. Because if you have to tell us, that means that you're not. There's a gangster movie starring Bob Hoskins. It was late 70s, early 80s. Good gangster movie. You're looking for something to watch called The Long Good Friday. And there's a bit where he's got Bob Hoskins, the main gangster, has a bunch of other gangsters in a meat locker, all hanging upside down. And he's like interrogating, trying to find out who's I don't know, done something wrong. Oh, kill, and he's screaming his head off. And then after the scene, this guy goes up to Bob Hoskins. I saw this on like the making of, directors, whatever the commentary. No, it was on the making of. It was an interview with him, and he said, then a guy came up to me who was a real gangster, and he worked out really good. And he said, listen, if that was real life, you wouldn't be screaming. If you shout, then you look weak. They know who you are. They know who you are. you don't need to shout. So it's the same sort of thing. If you need to tell us you're brilliant, then you're not. And the second thing, okay, I'm assuming you're aiming this in your head at 6-year-old girls, because that's who you think that the only people who should like Doctor Who. You're aiming at like 6-year-old girls. At least that's how you're playing it. So okay, so now you're trapped at home with your kids. You can't go outside. Like in Israel, where I live, they just added in a new rule for the next 7 days. You can't go 100 meters from your home, unless it's like medical need or to forage for food or so. But you're not allowed to go 100 meters from it. So like a lot of people are literally trapped in home with their children, right? So great. So now I'm trapped at home with my kid, and she's like relentlessly telling me bad jokes because Dr. Jodie told her it was a good idea. It's somebody like who has apparently zero understanding of practical parenting whatsoever. Fine, great advice. Tell your bad jokes because you're brilliant at it, Jodie.
Be kind. Even kinder than you were yesterday. And I know you were super kind yesterday.
Okay, stop with the talking down. Again, you're talking to me, and I'm the audience. This is what you got to understand. White male, and yet I'm still the audience. You're talking to me like I'm a 6-year-old girl. Stop it, you stupid, condescending idiot. You're not helping anybody by doing that, other than make yourself feel good, which I really think is why you do freaking everything.
Look out for each other. You won't be the only one worried. Talking will help. Sharing will help. Look out for your friends, your neighbours, people you hardly know, and family.
Okay, you're not allowed to see people you hardly know, idiots. Okay, don't touch them. Don't listen to this woman. She's crazy and doesn't know what she's talking about. You see somebody you don't know, do not shake their hand. Do not touch them. If they're sick or they need help, find somebody to help them. Don't fricking touch them. God, still 23 seconds to go.
In the end, we're all family. Listen to science and listen to doctors.
Okay. This isn't very kind, and this is kind of crappy. This, I think, is you letting your unbridled hatred of religion show. I've seen some really vile stuff on social media by there's this weird alliance between socialists and atheists. That come together, which incidentally are always in the bag for anti-Semites as well. They're either anti-Semites or they're supporting anti-Semites. So don't tell me you're not, because we just had an election in England 3 months ago where you're all waving a flag for the biggest anti-Semite politician, I think, in the history of English politics. So maybe the second biggest, either him or Mosley. And all the supporters were all headlong into anti-Semitism as well. They said, "Well, where's the evidence that he's anti-Semitic?" This leader that they love and they adore. Where's the evidence he's anti-Semitic? So then Jews opened up a dictionary and showed you the definition of anti-Semitism. And then we showed you his career of him doing things that fit that freaking definition. It's like saying, where's the definition? Where's the evidence he's a socialist? From all the freaking socialism he does. Where's the definition of anti-Semite? From all the freaking anti-Semitism. So there's this weird, I would often tell you, there's this weird alliance between atheists and socialists. They hate religion. I've seen all this stuff on social media of like these cartoons of like religious leaders praying to scientists, please help us. Oh, please help us in that time. No, you freaking, the insane arrogance that you think that one ideology, one way of looking at the world has any advantage over the other in this situation. Get your freaking nose out the air and out of each other's asses, because that's where they're fracking it. So don't. And what under being kind? Are you being kind to people who are like really dependent on religion? Are you being kind to the many Christians who are suffering because they can't go to church? No. Is that any kindness? No. It was pure hatred. Right.
I got your back. 5.
Yeah, you got my back. No, you don't have my back.
Stay strong. Stay positive.
Yeah, I was, until you put this out. I was like, see, this is the thing. It was only a few weeks ago that in your incredible amount of diversiveness and to split fandom, and you made a lot of people very upset by by again this storyline designed to erase 12 white men because you didn't like their skin color and you don't like their gender. So and a lot of people were very upset by that. Do you remember? A lot of people were very upset. A lot of people are still upset by it. I kind of started to forget about it. And now, look, you're in my face again. I'm remembering, I'm pissed off again. So you're not really freaking helping, aren't you?
You've got this. And I will see you.
You don't.
Very soon.
God, I hope not. Anyway, so what is going on with this? Who does she think she's helping? I just think this is an exercise in two things: self-aggrandizement and also trying to virtue signal. Like she's seen other celebrities have all been have all put out videos, and most of them have been received very badly. The only one that was really received well was Ryan Reynolds. There was one other which I'm going to play at the end of this video, which is really, I think, quite important. But most of them have been received badly. I just think it's an exercise in virtue signaling and in trying to jump on the coattails of the watch-along, which have generated, for the first time since you have taken over the role, have generated actual love and excitement about Doctor Who. So that's why I think that Chibnall publishes his little short story on where was it, BBC.com. That's why I think she's got part of the video, because they're seeing all this goodwill towards Doctor Who, and they're like, oh look, we're Doctor Who too. Yes, look at us, we're Doctor Who too. Shut up. That's really what I think is going on. So and the reason why I think it's so transparent is we. Again, I want to judge them favorably. I really want to judge them favorably. Because the reason why I want to judge people favorably, because I think people are generally speaking good. I think, I believe all people, actually all beings. I think all things have a soul within them. Have this metaphysical, this non-physical aspect of reality. It's just my belief. Okay, I'm not telling you what to believe. It's just my personal belief. And the way a soul is represented, one of the ways a soul is represented in Judaism, it's like the way souls are represented in Judaism is like the names of snow in Eskimo. There are a lot of them. But one of the ways a soul is represented is by a candle flame, because the flame is always going upwards. It's always it's always aspiring to get higher, to be better, which I think is a fundamental drive of people. And I think there's certainly an aspect of Whittaker and Chibnall have that as well. They have that fundamental drive to try and be good. So how is it going so wrong? Because we've also got this other part of your soul called a lower soul. And that lower soul is a short-term pleasure seeker. That lower part of your soul will do anything to feel pleasure and then maximize the amount of pleasure in the quickest way possible. So your lower soul doesn't really think things through. Your lower soul thinks, cocaine sounds fantastic. Maybe I'll try that. And so that you can talk your lower soul down. You can say, listen, cocaine does indeed sound fantastic. People who take it, they seem very, very, very happy, right? And your lower soul goes, yep, it sounds fantastic, double dosing. But wait a minute. Don't they also become cocaine addicts? And oh yes, it does. And cocaine addicts normally aren't very happy. No, they're not. Also, I believe cocaine to be a reasonably expensive pastime. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can talk down your lower soul, but essentially, the choice you have in life is this: you can either be who you want to be, or you can do what you want to do. So Chibnall, Whittaker, they want to be a certain type of person. They want the dopamine rush from Twitter, from them telling them that they're such an incredible, virtuous person. That's the person they want to be, right? But they want to be, but they also want to do whatever they want to do. They also want to spout off on Twitter or whatever about the diversive. They want to put their diversive, disgusting politics into a beloved show, alienating at least half the audience, probably more. You can either do what you want to do or be who you want to be. And if you're choosing to do what you want to do, you're never going to be the person you want to be. And but you're still going to have that desperate need to aspire to be higher, which is why I think they go in for all this all this virtue signaling, and then why I think it's so apparent, it's so clear to anybody watching from the outside. In the same way that The Timeless Children was very, very clear. It was designed to raise 12 white men that the BBC and Chibnall and Whittaker find problematic. It's very, very clear. So I want to what's the word? Compare this to something else. Somebody else put out a video yesterday, and I don't think it was Virtual Signal at all. It was a really, really inspiring video. Peter Capaldi put out a video appealing for help for a baby's hospice. Like how much more of a virtuous charity can there be than a hospice for freaking babies? Like, so yeah, their fundraising efforts are in turmoil right now, and they're in a lot of trouble. So he put out a video appealing for anybody to give a donation. If you can give a donation, so listen, Peter, I have your back. It's such a wonderful thing you're doing. I will be donating as soon as I put this video up. I encourage everybody out there, go ahead, donate to this cause. This such incredibly worthy cause. I'm going to be playing the video as soon as I finish talking, and look in the video notes for the link on where to donate. If you, again, doing good deeds is not, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for the baby's hospice. And that's why do things anonymously is so much better. You can give. Charity is not just for the wealthy. Charity is for everyone. If you can give like $1, 50 cents, 50p, wherever you are, you can. That's whatever. It doesn't matter how small it is. It really doesn't, because it's for you. So Peter, my hat is off to you for putting this out. Then Peter, you are clearly a person who is being the person who he wants to be, and I have nothing but respect for you. My name's Felix Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah, please hit subscribe, and have yourself a very safe and socially distanced day.
Hello. I know that these are very uncertain times for everyone, and in that light I'd like to talk to you about Noah's Ark Hospice. Noah's Ark Hospice is a place in North London specifically for babies and children who have life-threatening illnesses. They and their families who have been given the worst possible news imaginable, are able to go there and be supported, have medical support in an environment of compassion, consideration and sensitivity. Now, because of what is going on, Noah's Ark has lost the possibility of raising £2 million from the fundraising activities that have been set up for this year. So I would like to ask you to think about the possibility of donating something to them. I know it's really difficult. I know there are so many problems out there. And if you can't donate anything, I get it. We get it. But if you could do something, that would be hugely appreciated. But please, look after yourself, look after everyone else, and stay inside.